Hello, hello.
Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Margaret Pinard. You're on Booktube. That's my little intro. That's what I usually say. And tonight we've got a special guest because it's Fireside Chat time. Hello, Leo.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone.
Say hello to the audience. Introduce yourself however you would like.
Sure. So I'm Leo. I am an aspiring author. I am a booktuber and mostly inactive because I'm working on revisions. And that's probably a good start.
Yeah. And we're here today for Fireside Chats, which is a new series for August where I invite a wonderful individual on to join me for a creative exercise or a game or, I don't know, a contest. Who knows? I'm giving people a choice of about 5 different modes. And so we're rotating through them all as we have different guests. And so far we've done flash fiction, we've done book reviews, and tonight we're going to be working on our WIPs or works in progress, which is funny because both Leo and I don't have a very good track record of recent working on WIPs.
Accurate.
Good chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Do you want to tell us about your current project, this main project you've been working on, and what it's morphed into in its current state, perhaps?
Absolutely. Hey, what's more that? I love it. Thank you. Appreciate that. So I wrote an original draft of a murder mystery I think in 2000, and then I rewrote it as adding fantasy elements. So kind of draft 2, completed that draft in last year. And so now I'm going through revisions and also have a group of beta readers that are taking a look at the revisions, and only about 23% through with that process. But so it's a fantasy mystery set here in Portland, Oregon. It's contemporary.
Okay. And did you see that I put a little circus tent in your title?
I did, and I also loved
circus names because
there's a circus. Oh, because I do circus.
Yes. Yeah. That is the cool thing that I was trying to get you to say.
Thanks. Yeah, so I am a student of the trapeze, and so I take classes and do trapeze. And I also now take ballet classes again. I took ballet as a little kid, and now I take ballet as a grown-up.
Nice.
It's very fun.
Nice.
So, yeah. And actually, one of the creative endeavors that I'm working on this year is a buddy, Jen, and I are planning a act for the student show that's going to be ballet and trapeze. And so, yes.
That's really cool.
So, yeah, we're pretty excited about it. Huge learning curve ahead, but stay tuned for next year. We have several months.
Next year?
Yeah, it'll be like April 2024.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, we're planning ahead. You need to plan ahead.
Planning a lot ahead. I see. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So Martha was here to say hello, and Leslie was here to say hello. Thanks, you guys. Nice to see you. I wanted to point out, I have mentioned this a couple of times, and then we finally got to test it out. As you know, I can chat from the studio as the host, but now my guests have the hookup to chat from the studio too. It's a new feature on StreamYard, and I was just excited to try it out. And Leo mastered it first try.
It was very difficult, very complex.
Yes, very, very.
Yeah.
So, if you're coming on and wanting to do that, you too can chat from the studio and put in all your thoughts. So that is excellent. I have had several interesting discussions about this fantasy murder circus story with Leo over the past couple years now. It's crazy how time has flown.
Time is weird.
Yeah. And Mine is a different direction. So I have several projects to choose from. And so when Leo said, let's do the whip, I thought, okay, which one? I've got all these little broken pieces like pie crusts that didn't come into a full pastry. And so I looked up the Google Docs, since, Google Docs are now being used to train AI on our writing because it's public access information. And I was going to take them off. And so I left it open for a while, and I looked at one and I did not even remember writing it. It's from 2022. It's only a year old. It's from Jane Austen July last year. And this is the description, which I told Leo, made him laugh. NY, July 2022, Camp Nano, ADHD Regency romance short story. So that is what I'm working with today. I actually got caught up in it and I was like excited. So I think I'm going to continue reading and then try to give myself not an outline, since I don't like those. My brain does not, but I like a destination so that I can like have something to work towards instead of veering all over the road. So I'm excited for that because like I see Emma Bennett doing Regency romance stuff and I want to join in. So we'll see. We'll see if this is the story to take me there.
You got this.
Yeah. So I've heard 2 creative outlets, writing and trapeze and ballet. That's actually 3. Would you say you have more? I know many of us have lots of creative outlets, and since this is kind of about charging your creative batteries in different ways, what do you like to do?
That's actually about it. Well, I'm not like a crafty person, so I admire visual arts and crafts, but I don't do them. I love listening to music, but I'm not a musician per se. I haven't been working very much on my Booktube channel. That is a great creative outlet, but time. But yeah, but I mean, I spend a lot of time doing trapeze and ballet, so.
Yeah. It strikes me as one of those things that if you're not staying competitive at it or staying at a certain level, like you lose your fluency with your muscles and your memory pretty quickly. So yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, well, and I'm really just trying to regain what I lost during the pandemic.
Got it. Oh, and let's see. Martha says, my mommy's not a writer, but cobbling bits of pie crust is totally one of her favorite things. So your leftovers can totally be destined for tastiness. We love a pie metaphor. Why not? Yeah. And one of the things I'm doing with every guest that comes on is asking your favorite word, because we're going to be asking people at the end of the interview, at the end of the creative exercise live stream, to leave a comment using the favorite word, and that enters you in to the secret giveaway. So only people who watch this, I'm not advertising that there's a giveaway, but I have a secret bookish package I will be sending to someone in the US, and like a digital version of a bookish swag pack that I will be sending to someone outside the US. So if you want to do that, you watch each show, you get their favorite words, you enter them into comments. There's only 2 so far, so you got a good chance. What's your favorite word of the moment, Leo?
I mean, honestly, it's Octothorpe.
I have that written down, yes.
Excellent.
Explain.
So, well, Octothorpe is basically another word for the pound sign, the hashtag, So it's Octothorpe. And it was explained to me that it's like 8 roads coming into the village. Now, I don't know if that's accurate. I've looked it up, and it seems like there's different history of the origin of the term. But yeah, Octothorpe. It's a lovely word. I think we should bring it back. Instead of like hashtag blessed, we could be Octothorpe blessed. I don't know. Anyway, that's my favorite word.
I like it.
Thanks.
I like the urban planning origin story, even if it's apocryphal as well.
Right, I love it.
Yeah, and I like apocryphal, so that'll be my word for today. Just slip that.
I do like that word as well.
Good word.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I have anything else I needed to say before we start? I don't don't think so. We both said what we're going to work on. I've got my fire at the ready. Oh, and in case anyone's wondering why this show now, it's because the AuthorTube Writing Conference sort of kicked me in the pants and made me realize I wasn't being systematic about my goals. This is why I'm never reaching them. So, consistent, big push energy is what I am exuding this August, and hopefully that'll like push me over the 1,000 subscribers line, just so that I can move on to the next goal, you know, and like. Yeah, so that is what I'm hoping for, and doing this with not just sprints, because those when they run too long just sort of make my brain run in circles and want to bang its head against the wall when I'm hosting them. So this is why I wanted to involve people, and you know, sort of all the people that I met in different ponds, have them introduced to each other and get a kick out of what we're all working on and get inspired by random other things, you know. Hopefully someone this month will be like a knitter, because I the other creative things that, you know, metaphors, pies, like I don't know, I'm all over the place. It's okay.
Yeah, well, I think this is great, and everyone should subscribe to your channel if they aren't already. I think that's. But I'm also hoping that this will give me a kick in the pants as well, because I revised up to through what I'm calling section 5, and then I got a lot of like brain stuckageness for the next piece, and so this is going to be good. Like I
push you over the line as well.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
All right. So let me calculate 12 after plus 30, so 42. So let me revise my banner here, and we can pop up our fireplace and just get started. I'm going to mute myself, and then if fireplace blinks out, just wait for me to start it again. All right, so 30 minutes, one long session to focus on your work in progress. Happy working, and I'll see you in a little bit. That went by very quickly. I'll let you finish up, finish a thought, finish a sentence. Yeah?
I'm good. Yeah.
What did Martha say? When you're done with your author's word list, might you be willing to share that list? Asking for a nut job who sometimes tries to write random words into songs. Yes.
That would be an amazing song.
I could give them all to you beforehand because I asked people to submit them to me while I was doing all the preparation stuff. Some people still have not submitted their materials despite the fact that the deadline was July 31st. But I could give you the ones that I have so far. And you could do it by the end of the month or after. That'd be really cool. Oh, Leah, have you seen Martha's songs when she gets crowdsourced? Yeah, they're good.
That's amazing. Good. Yeah. I was also thinking of with your Regency romance when I think because Martha's on there, I was thinking, oh, that would be great if you did a Mad Libs with that as well.
To like give me the plot.
Exactly. Instead of an outline, you use Mad Libs.
Yeah.
No.
So I was reading through this, and I thought this is funny that Google's going to try to make this story at the same time as I am, and then I finished. I finished the story. The short story is actually finished, which I didn't recall. I sort of sewed it up at the end, and I was like, "This is way too autofiction," so I can't publish that. But I went on to the next thing.
Excellent.
That is inspired. It's more recent. This is just last month. This is inspired by my first Natasha Pulley read. Have you read any of hers?
I don't think so. What did she write?
It's like The Clockmaker of Filigree Street or something like that.
I've got it. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, and also Bedlam Stacks, which is the one that I read a couple months ago. That was so good. So yeah, so I'm going for the magical realism bit and weaving in part of the short story scenes that I got in April. So like kind of a strange mashup, but when I do like big picture thinking, I like to do large format brainstorming. So like that's
nice.
And I think I got like an interesting sort of arc with a couple ups and downs. So yeah, so that was really productive for a half an hour.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you?
So I was working on looking at some of the problems that I'm stuck with before I can move to the next section. And I solved one of them, maybe solved the second one, and then opened up a whole new can of worms with the third. So we'll see.
Plot problems or character problems?
Well, I solved the plot and character problems. I mean, not all of them. I solved.
Yeah.
And then, but I'm trying to sort out my magic system.
Uh-huh.
And that's really tricky when you try to put that in like a contemporary setting. Like, is it secret? Is it not secret? What are the implications? Like, what would the government doing? What would the unethical people be doing? What, all of those things. So, yeah, it's easy to get down that rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. I like doing historical research and giving a real flavor and atmosphere of the time, but I am not the kind of writer that needs to have this house was there in 1846. They're walking by. They're going to comment on the color of the eaves because we know. And I'm like, no. That level of detail is not necessary for my enjoyment as a reader. And, I'm not interested in getting bogged down in that level of detail as a writer.
I'm sorry. I didn't quite catch that.
Siri didn't quite catch that. So.
No. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think, but there's certain, like, you don't want it to be nonsensical unless that's your goal, right?
Yeah.
Like,
there's another booktuber, author tuber who thought about their fantasy world in like they went back far enough to say, okay, if this is the planet and this is the new thing I'm inventing. What would the circulation of the oceans be like? And I was like, too much.
Yeah.
I don't know the science for that. Like, what on earth would I be basing anything on? So,
Yeah.
More power to you.
Yeah.
Jolene is here saying, hi, Margaret and Leo. So late, but so happy to see you both. I will go back and watch what I missed. Well, we did a whole 30-minute session of just like quiet, crackling fire time. So that's easy to
browse. Yeah.
but very productive. Leo got through 2.5 problems. What are some of the magic things? Can we help?
Yeah, let's see. Well, like, what can I say? What can I,
like, so I've got magical realism ahead in this one that I'm plotting. And the thing that I am thinking it will be is an ability to change other people's minds at a time where this person, this character, doesn't believe in magic, doesn't know that it exists, but wishes that something were true, is in a very desperate situation, and suddenly it comes true. So then she's curious, and then she tries it again, and it works again, and she's able to help people when she couldn't before. But then she goes too far, and it doesn't work because there's limits to her persuasive ability. And then she's like in despair until she finds someone else who can practice the same arts or skills. And so I'm gonna have to figure out what the other person's milieu, what their like class background and angle would be. But like that's gonna be the nugget of my like arc. So what is the magic that your people are going to be practicing, and what for?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Like, how big is there just like a little bit of magic in the world? Because I think it's easier to picture a contemporary, so mine's in like Portland, Oregon. It's easier to picture that we don't realize that there's someone with the ability to charm you into doing something. Because I think that's an easy one to add. So that's in there. But like, when you start adding more powerful things, one of the things I was thinking is that there's the ability. There's a certain people have some abilities with water, and so like if you could breathe underwater, and if you can use water you could shape water. Like, what are the implications? Like, would we just have like, people living in the ocean because they can't afford a house, so they might as well just live in the ocean? Would they be like building fortresses out of water?
Does everyone have powers? That's the other question.
Right. In my world, no.
Okay. So then the people with powers probably live an elevated existence and are not the ones that don't have homes.
Right. Well, that's true. Yeah.
So do they decide to go Jesus with the help people who can't help themselves route? Or do they decide to make money off of it and like recycle water for the city and get paid to be their municipal sewage, like
yeah, exactly. There was an author too where, and I can't remember which one, who talked about like the different ways that people would respond to having magic. So like you would help people, you would make money off of it, you would manipulate people, you would harm people, you would you would not do anything for yourself because you would, whatever. So, and I think I had not enough of the bad people in my worldview.
Okay.
I mean, anyway.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting thought experiment, really, of like if the powers like don't necessarily present at the beginning of life and they're not necessarily inherited, does it become like a class structure, or does it become more of a, how does class and
how do you get chosen if it's not inherited? Yeah, that's a good one too. That's like,
it's not inherited and not everybody has it. Yeah, which I think could be fun to play with, but then because I think like there's some of the models where you run in the family of you all have the whatever, and so then there's the families of wizards, or there's the families of
right. Well, I just finished a story in here by C.M. Lockhart, where she's a not have magic, a mundane at a mundane school for girls in a world where like people do have magic, but she's not one of them, except she does, and it's pretty cool. So
okay, I haven't read all of the stories in this yet.
Me either. I'm like a little past halfway.
But enjoying this.
Yeah, staging collection. Woo woo. I don't think I've gotten to Jolene's yet. Where it is. Desiree's at the end. Mine's at the end.
I have read yours.
Right. You skipped ahead.
I did skip ahead.
Is at the end. Jolene, the next to go. Yeah, I have the really scary one. Someone told me that Mr. Morningstar's is like extra scary. So that's the one I stopped at, and I couldn't get myself to read it yet today. So
we should have read that
after that, which is good.
That should have been like your sprint, was read the scary story, and then we could like come together and like.
Right? I know. Like I got through it. I have people who are not writers, but who are booktubers and coming on the show. So I figured if we wanted to do reading sprints, I would like save it for the people who are more of like the reader's reader, but we'll see. Hopefully I get that stitching collection finished before it's much longer.
Yeah. Same.
Yay.
I want to get it read.
Glad it was productive and love the video. Yay! Very cool.
I also have the Half Human Heroes, but that's on my phone because I don't have
the paperback. Nice. Yeah. I haven't heard from Jeremy recently, so I don't know what he's up to, but yeah. I think people are just taking random breaks from Booktube as they need it. So
yeah, I support that. As one who's taking a random break from Booktube.
Right, exactly. So Martha is known for the Mad Libs, as you pointed out, but your channel is often known for highlighting a cause to support, whether it's like the month that we're focusing on or whether it's an organization that you found and are supporting. So I wanted to give you an opportunity on my channel if you wanted to point any out, to shout out some organization that's doing some good in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Well, I love having the chance to kind of, remind myself that there are people doing good in the world. I think it's
without magic.
Well, yeah, exactly. As far as we know. And so actually one of the ones that I haven't shouted out yet is in the UK, and it's a switchboard helpline. So it's the switchboard.lgbt. And I found out about this because one of our faves, Bob the Bookerer, has posted, I believe he might work there, but on Instagram, he had posted a great Pride booth photo. And I just love organizations that are out there helping communities, helping people know that they're not alone.
What is a Pride booth photo? What is that?
Oh, sorry. It was a photo of him at a booth at Pride.
Oh, okay. Like a table at an event. Kind of
he was tabling for the organization.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So, and you've got the link in the chat.
Yeah, you said it. Just like type it in and make sure.
Yeah, perfect. So what I usually say is, I hope people give them a like, share, or follow. I'll make a donation, and I encourage you to do so if you are so inspired. But that's my little spiel. But and I haven't been able to do that because I haven't been making videos.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Is summer a busy time for your day job work, or?
I feel like I have like a bucket of creative energy, and I've been trying to put that into the book, but then I got stuck, and then so then it kind of didn't go anywhere. So yes, because one of the things that I want to do is there's a tag from Mason in the Dark that he's tagged me in that I want to do, which he's another author tuber that I recommend. He's also in Half Human Heroes. I want to do I didn't do the mid-year book tag, book freakout tag. Yeah, so all the things. So I last time I checked, I think they'd been like adjacent to Ukraine, Clowns Without Borders. So Martha's question about Clowns Without Borders making it to the Ukraine. We'd have to check again. They're another organization that has been lifted up. They're amazing. They go and like children who are refugees fleeing from war-torn areas, they just help them like have a chance to laugh and experience joy, and also that kind of coming together for community, which I think is just really important, especially for kids going through traumatic experiences and the whole community going through a traumatic experience. So definitely recommend that one as well.
Hearts.
Hearts on the
Hearts.
Can I do hearts? There we go.
There you go.
That's not my strong skill either.
Well, that's good. That's 2 causes. And okay, so if summer is not your busy season, but you just seem to be swamped, maybe if you think of some advice for other people for time for creativity, that would give you a boost yourself. What do you think? What do you think? How can people find time?
Well, I put habit tracker on my phone, but all it does is it reminds me, and then I
click.
Yeah. So that's not working very well for me.
Okay, maybe.
My goal was 30 minutes a day because I thought that felt like a bite size that I could do, and I think also it can be. I think also I'm intimidated by the scope of the next section that I'm trying to tackle, and so I need to just pick small things to work on. So just nibble away. How do you eat an elephant? Don't. That's rude. But how do you work on a project? You just pick a little task at a time.
Yeah. Maybe if you got yourself like fun-sized candy, that could get you in the mode of like bite-sized projects. I could do this in 30 minutes and I get like a bite-sized Snickers. Like that would motivate me and like get me in the right, like, it's just a little bit. It can't hurt.
I like the way you think. I might also just be like, oh wait, I haven't been doing any writing, but I'm eating all my candy.
I know. That may have happened here as well.
That might be like a is that author insert there?
Maybe.
Yeah. I think I forgot what I was gonna say. That's all right.
Oh, just like pointers for like carving out the time.
Oh, I did realize that I was someone who did respond well to rewards.
Okay.
So I think I maybe just need to like pick a reward, but since I'm stuck right now, I don't think a reward for finishing the next section. I maybe need like more incremental reward. It could be a smaller reward, and maybe that's what the candy is the reward.
If it fits into your grander plans, I don't want to like put
it
off.
More books. I mean, one could always buy more books.
I just came home with 4 today. Okay, but that is after a 3-bag purge. So it's going out more than it's coming in. So I'm patting myself on the back about that.
That's impressive. I'm not ready to do that yet.
Oh, okay. So Martha says, I find starting helps a lot. Just if there's words on the page, it'll drive the inner completionist crazy, and that me will finish it sooner or later. See, that's why Google Drive has not been my friend, because the digital document of it all, ness of it all, just like hides it. It's not on my brain pan. It's not on my front burner. It's not on the back burner. It's like it's completely gone and vanished.
Yeah.
That's why I had those 3 tabs open, because those are things that I had written that I was like, I didn't even remember, and maybe I'll work on. And one is finished, but I can't do anything with it unless I disguise it more. And one I did work on and I think might actually be really cool and be expanded into a novel. So that's a fun thing. Jolene says, I try rewards, but then the rewards distract me, like the candy. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure. I asked Beth Ann this about the watching Netflix while the writers are on strike, because I watched a few episodes finally of Queen Charlotte, the Bridgerton spinoff,
Same.
and I was enjoying it. And then I was like, oh wait, am I not supposed to be watching this, or is it? I don't know. If anyone has tips, I stopped.
That. Yeah.
But that would be a good reward. What were you going to say?
Oh, yeah, that's true. But then I do like too many episodes. You know, you can't, because it keeps auto playing. But I did read that one person's advice was that because until the actors ask us to boycott, that the boycott is not part of the strike.
Okay.
And that there was something about, there was an argument in it about how it still shows the value of their work by continuing to watch. I would have to like defer to someone else, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. So then what is the point of people what is the point of people not mentioning books that are coming out when they're protesting, like the publishers? You know, like people would say, I haven't reviewed these books yet because they're striking, because I don't want to give press to the books for the companies that are not giving their workers their demands. But like now that makes me confused about the point.
That's a really good point. Yeah, is that like with the HarperCollins, for example?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. If
we
anyone
need a strike expert. Yeah.
Clarify this for both of us, that would be great.
Yeah.
And Jolene says, agree that starting
is
the start.
Yes. So true. So
yeah,
true.
not for me. Finishing is the hardest part for me. I got plenty. So actually so I took a nap before this. I had a 40-minute power nap.
Nice. I
was reading to get myself like in the whip mode, and this notebook started in 2014. It's a really thin one. It's like one of my fancy French ones that took me forever to start.
Yeah.
P.S. We need to do French karaoke again. That was so awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2014. And it's like some weird paranormal London historical to begin with. And then like the next one, I don't even remember writing. And, you know, it's just like, I have no trouble sitting down and starting to write whatever the hell crazy thing jumps out of my head. But it's just, where does it go? Where does it go? How do I finish it is the problem.
Yeah. Well, I guess I would agree that starting and finishing are the hardest parts.
And the middle.
In the middle. Yeah, it's all just really hard.
I think that's what we're coming around to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell people where they can find you when you do your next thing.
Yeah. So, I am on Booktube as PDX Leo or Leo Bancroft. I was on the brand formerly known as Twitter, but I'm not on there any longer. And I'm on Instagram as Leo Rex B. Those are probably good ways to find me. Thanks for doing that. I guess I could have put the links in there myself.
Right. That's right. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm also on Storygraph. People up there on Storygraph, do we have usernames on Storygraph? I don't even remember.
You have to find people to follow.
Yeah. So follow me. I'll follow you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but.
No, I'm just looking it up.
Yeah, let's see.
There's not much like socializing you do, so that's why.
Right. But I want to see so I'm PDX Leo on the Storygraph as well.
Where do you see what your name is?
I went to my profile, so I'll put this link in there. Let's see.
I'm on my profile, but.
Does that link?
Oh, work? It says Margaret Bernard.
Yeah.
It's in the URL. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I like seeing, what what y'all are reading. And I don't use Goodreads, so.
Me neither. Who needs it?
That's right. I mean, I just have an account that's like 3 years old that I haven't deleted, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the answer to who needs it is authors.
I know. That's like the strike thing. I struggle. Like, do I go and review the authors on there that I want to support, but then that supports... I don't know.
I look at it this way. If I have an author who is like counting every review and has like, less than 5,000, and mine would actually make a difference, I do put one on Amazon.
Okay.
And that's because the review system on Amazon is bigger than Amazon. I don't think it's feeding Amazon. I think it's like enabling a public good to continue, because that's how a lot of people are measured. And until we have enough people on alternate systems or a different method entirely because they sink into the ocean, that is what I will do.
See, and if the people had the magic power I was describing with water, and then there's Amazon,
yeah, I don't know what you would do with that. Because they've got multiple locations and they're employing multiple people.
You don't want to harm people,
Yeah,
just get in the servers, maybe.
Yeah. That's a good type of magic. That's a U-brand type of magic. I was going down that path. That was an interesting one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, excellent. I think we both made good progress tonight. I feel creatively charged. How about you?
I do. I feel like I should keep going. That's a good thing.
It is a good thing. So feel free to keep going after we close this down. Feel free to leave a comment with either of our favorite words tonight for an entry into the secret giveaway. But do remember that these Fireside Chats are every weekday in August at 5 p.m. Pacific. Tomorrow is going to be Alice Henderson's night, who is a thriller writer and field biologist. I don't know. She does so many different things in science with wildlife and ecology and research and like audio stuff. Like, I have a hard time finding one word that describes what she does besides thriller writing, but it's pretty amazing. So her books are amazing. And she will be on tomorrow. Also tomorrow, I've got my regular First Friday sprints. So if you want to do that for a couple hours in the morning, I will probably be doing book marketing stuff. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be celebrating 10 years publishing. So I've got a show with Emma Bennett and JD Estrada, two longtime Booktube, AuthorTube friends, and I've got some fun and games planned. So stay tuned for that. So lots of stuff going on this weekend. I'm going to be fueled by baked goods, and that's how we're going to make it.
Pie.
Goods.
Magic and baked goods and pie.
Yes. No pie, but I'm counting on getting either porridge bread from Tabor Bread tomorrow, because it's a baker's choice and they put that on the schedule, or the porridge bread from Wandering Seeds Bakery at the farmer's market on Saturday, which is what I tried last and it was excellent, and he's amazing. So if you want to come down and try some, he's a great baker. Wandering Seeds Bakery.
Wandering Seeds. Excellent. Love a good baker.
Yes. Yay. That's a mooncake. I like that emoji. I don't get to use it often enough.
Oh, this is perfect. Perfect.
Sweet. Yeah. So, congratulations. We're going to have 3 people with 10 years of experience in publishing celebrating our anniversaries.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it'll be the good, the bad, and the ugly. And, lots people ask questions, hopefully, and we're going to be revealing, I don't know, highlights, goals, crazy things that may have happened. We'll see.
Wow, all the good stories.
Yeah. So hope to see you all Saturday. And I think that's it for tonight. We've gone a little over, but thanks for staying and watching. And I hope to see some entries as comments and see you all again soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye.